Okay, on the board there are American proverbs. Time and again I've been making video on American proverbs. What is the importance of proverbs in communication? It is just that you start to sound smarter. These proverbs are I've not written them just for you to understand, or I don't want you to only understand the meaning of these proverbs. I want you to inculcate first. You understand the meaning of the proverbs, and then try to start saying these proverbs in your daily communication, in your day-to-day life. See, that is my motive. That is why I make videos on proverbs. Fine. First of all the proverbs are American proverbs. The first one is necessity never makes a good bargain, or necessity never made a good bargain. Now, the simple meaning of this is that when a person is in need of something, it could be an opportunity, it could be a job, okay, a person might be looking for a job. It is that point of the time that it becomes the most difficult for that person to attain or to get the job. And this is a true fact. The same person, for instance, the same person is working in an MNC, and he applies into for better prospects, for better growth. He applies into another company so that he could get a hike in his salary or whatever. And it is very much possible that the person might get the another job. He's working in an MNC, he's earning good, and he's applying at a better stage, although there is no necessity. But of course, each and every individual wants growth. But the same person might not get the same job when he is in dire need of that job. This is what this proverb is saying. This is just an example of job that I have given, but this denotes a situation. That we individual, no matter to which part of the world we are living in, we do come across these situations. The second one is the bad gardener always quarrel with his rake. Idioms, proverbs always have two meanings. One is literal meaning, one is figurative meaning. Most of the times, the figurative meaning that is the one that we are looking for. Now, if you read the sentence, you will get you will think that there is a gardener. He's a bad gardener, and he quarrels with his rake. That means he is unable to do proper gardening. But over here, this proverb means a person who does not take responsibilities for his failure. A person who does not do hard work. He always tries to. There are people who always believe that it is better to put their failure or to give excuses. Okay, this was the reason that why I didn't clear the exam, or this is the reason why I failed in my exams. Okay, my parents didn't bought me the entire course books. That is why I didn't score good marks. So the bad gardener here means, the bad gardener here does not mean that the person is a gardener. The person could be anyone, okay? The person could be a student, could be a teacher, could be anybody. Quarrels with his rate means that the person is not giving his 100%, and he always, makes the other people responsible for his shortcomings or for his failure. Fine. The third one is the forest is the poor man's coat. Very simple. That for poor people, or for economically backward people who are unable to fulfill their basic amenities, their basic needs like food, shelter, and water. For them, forest is that poor man's coat, because there are people who don't have a house to live in, who do not have basic amenities, who do not have they wherever they find place, they sleep over there. So whatever they get to eat, they eat. They are basically depending upon the other people's givings. Okay, so this is what this proverb is saying, that the forest is the poor man's coat. Fine. The next is, to be a public man is a slavery. Now, what is public man over here? And why is a public man being a slavery written? Because by public man, this proverb means the person who are, or the people who are popular, like the politicians, the Bollywood stars, the TV stars. Why their life is being compared to slavery? Because there's no privacy, right? Every time, every second of their life, the media takes coverage. The people want to know about their personal life. which in a way it's okay to get to know about your stars, or to get to know about the people who admire, but but to a level. There should be a point, you know. So such people, to be a public man in slavery simply means that such people do not have any personal life, you know. The next one is, to be proud of knowledge is to be blind with light. Now, to be proud of knowledge, remember, one should not never be proud of knowledge. One should, if somebody attains knowledge, then that knowledge should make a person profound and not proud. This is what proverb is saying, that you should not think of yourself as somebody who knows everything and anything. Okay, knowledge should make a person humble, calm, and profound. Okay. The next one is, wishes don't wash dishes. If you are sitting at home and thinking that one day I would open the biggest company of IT firm, or I will do this, you have a dream and you are just sitting at home doing nothing, just wishing and not working hard on it, then you will not be able to achieve anything in life. कुछ भी करने के लिए आपको उठना पड़ेगा, ठीक है, हाथ पैर हिलाने पड़ेंगे. This is what the proverb is saying, that wishes don't wash dishes. Okay. The next one is, do not count on your chickens before they hatch. Very famous proverb, that there are people who's before attaining something, before gaining a result, they start celebrating. Like it happens in our country especially. It happens that if a student is there and the student is preparing for IAS and PCS, what happens is that this is, I'm not talking about all, I'm not generalizing it, but I have seen it, that the parents, their parents, the students' parents, the child parents and the relatives, they whenever they talk about that person to somebody else, they say that okay, he's an IAS, उसका prelims निकल गया है या mains निकल गया है, he's just waiting for the interview. That person is considered as an IAS, or that person is considered as an PS, say PCS. So this is what this proverb is saying, that do not count on your chickens before they hatch. Okay? जब तक कंफर्म ना हो जाए, जब तक आपके हाथ में रिजल्ट ना आ जाए, तब तक आप मत उसको exaggerate करिए, and do not make it I would say do not bring it into notice. ठीक है? This is what the proverb is about. Sorry. Then is, do not put all your eggs in one basket. This proverb is like a warning. Do not put all your eggs in one basket means, do not put your everything, do not put everything in terms of monetary, in terms of hard work on one project. Like there are people, for instance, you have somebody who has who wants to, who's looking up for a new startup, and whatever money, even an ounce of penny is not left. He's putting all that money into that business, which in a way is good, but you should keep some amount of money. You never know the business will run or not. Okay, so this is what this proverb is saying, that don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay, be conscious, be cautious. Whatever you do in life, you should be careful towards whatever your aim is, whatever you want to achieve. थोड़ा पैसा, थोड़ी चीजें संभाल के रखनी चाहिए for bad things. Okay. When in Rome, do the Romans do. This is again a very famous proverb. This simply means, it doesn't mean that when you are in Rome, do what the Romans do, because there is a place, Rome. Okay. It simply means wherever you are, try to adjust, try to adapt the culture, the culture and the basic, I would say, basic things of those people, of that area. This is simply this proverb says, when in Rome, do the Romans do. Do as the Romans do. The last one is, you can lead a horse to water but can't make him drink. Very true. The actual meaning or the figurative meaning of this proverb is that one can help a person to a certain extent, but ultimately it is the person who has to help himself. For instance, take my example. If I am teaching something, if I am making YouTube videos, then I can only impart the knowledge that I have, whatever little knowledge I have. but it is ultimately it will be you who has to work hard upon. So this is what the proverb is saying, that you can lead a horse to water. I can give you whatever knowledge, whatever information I have, but you can't make him drink. I can't make you study. It is you who has to work hard. Okay? So these are the proverbs. Thank you for watching and being with me.